Hello there, you wonderful, 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 beautiful, incredible people. Manchester City have reportedly bid around 100 million for Jack Grealish. Absolutely madness. Hello everyone. I want to say quickly before we dive into this video, please go and do me a massive favour and download OneFootball in the link in the description below. If you do not mind, it'd be absolutely appreciated. It's a fantastic app. And where do you think people got a lot of this news from? People who've downloaded OneFootball definitely found it by this app pretty much first. It's a fantastic, lovely little bit of news, and you can get it over on OneFootball and help support my channel as well. A guy, by the way, who I think was actually right. So if you want to support me a little bit, download OneFootball in the link in the description. And as I said the other day on Twitter, I think I might have got this right, so support me a little bit as like a favour for this being right, if you don't mind. It costs you nothing, it's fantastic, it's a wonderful app, and we can all celebrate Manchester City's goodness over on OneFootball if you do not mind. Download it in the link in the description and you will not regret it. And everyone give this video a like as well if you don't mind. Oh god, this is all very, very exciting, isn't it? So many people live here already, so many people are waffling away. I've just come as well from Twitch and I thought I'd go over here and join you guys over on YouTube and have a little bit of a chat over here, because why not talk about it all? Because it's all very, very exciting. 350 people that have joined in already. Give this video a like. But this is it. If you're wondering why I've just gone live, because a very, very reputable journalist, hashtag justice for Sam Lee, says Doug, a very reputable journalist called John Percy, who is basically the man in the Midlands. Now, hello to Alistair as well joining and everyone joining. Basically, if you followed it online over the past week, you will know that Aston Villa fans have said constantly, all these people aren't reliable. There's only one guy that's reliable for Aston Villa, and it's Percy at the Telegraph. And he's just come out now saying, exclusive breaking news, Manchester City have bid 100 million, big ones, he didn't put it that way exactly, but 100 million pounds for Jack Grealish, which is, it's just an awful lot of money. But he's come out and said that, and that is why this news in particular, that is why it's really, really interesting, because it's this guy, it's Percy, the guy that Aston Villa fans have been telling us it was the only one that we could actually trust on this. So what does that tell you, man? What does that tell you? He's come out and said that himself now. So that is why it's very, very, very exciting. Big up for the 100 likes. Let's get to 200 if we can. If you don't mind, it'd be hugely appreciated. I've already got a few people I know within the game sending me tweets about Grealish being a United fan, which tells me everything, by the way. Tells me everything big time. But yeah, this is very, very exciting news, because I do believe there is something in this. Now, look, and to be honest, it feels kind of slightly cathartic, because I did tweet the other day. I did feel like I heard a little bit of news personally, and I rarely claim to be in the know, but I did hear a bit of news that suggested that it was a lot closer than we realised, and that Manchester City were very, very confident. And look what's happened. A few days later, we hear this news, and it's all going in one direction. What I will say, and I'm already seeing so many people talk about the comments, the money in the comments. Don't care about the money. For what it's worth, is if it's 100 million, I wouldn't be surprised if it's structured a certain way. Genuinely, imagine City bid 85, but there's 15 million add-ons. If I don't know, if he wins the Ballon d'Or, or if he wins the Player of the Year, or he scores 100 goals for Manchester City, performance related in some way. And if he gets to that point, you go, well, he's probably worth it. You know, it's one of those things where they will structure in a way that where it means it makes sense if he gets to those levels, if that makes sense. And also, it ain't my money, so I don't give a shit. And also, finally as well, it isn't either or with Grealish and Kane. It really isn't either or. It's a case of we wouldn't go to this if we didn't feel like we could get Kane as well. Honestly, I don't think it's an either-or thing. Honestly, it really isn't. So don't worry about the striker stuff. Honestly, don't worry about the striker stuff. City would not be signing Grealish if they didn't think we could get Kane as well. It isn't that case. It isn't that case. We will be going for a striker as well. But in terms of this one, Jack Grealish to me is an exciting player, because I think he's a signed transfer. Full stop. I mean, if we get this done, and I personally believe it will get done, it's close, man. It's close. I feel like it's an exciting. I think it's transformative for the squad. I mean, it isn't good news for a guy we all care about an awful lot. Genuinely, it's like, unfortunately, it will mean that Bernardo, I think, will go. As I said on a couple of streams, I've heard personally that Manchester City have told Bernardo and his agent. I said this last night in a Twitch stream as well. I said that his agent can move on. He can move him on if he wants to. And then, of course, there were reports today suggesting that very thing, which to me is rather telling as well. I think that's true. So basically, I think this is where we're at now. I think Bernardo, unfortunately, is the one that wants to move on. I think this is why we're going for Grealish. It's a big signing. This is an exciting signing, and to be honest, it's one of the most exciting signings we've had, in my personal opinion. If this goes through, like, we don't need him. No, we don't need Grealish, but like, we don't need anyone technically. Like, technically, we don't need him. We just won the Premier League. You know, like, we don't really technically need anyone. Like, what as Fab tweeted as well now. His tapping boy gone in as well. What's he just tweeted? Let me have a look. I'll get on my phone now and have a quick check. What's Romano saying? Romano has said, if it loads up, Manchester City are in direct talks with Aston Villa since yesterday. Bid on table, negotiations ongoing. Man City now. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's nothing new here. 1 second, Nicola doesn't realise I'm live still. But basically, look, the idea that this being don't worry about the 100 million. Don't worry about the 100 million. Honestly, it's not. Look, I think it'll be shaped in a way that benefits Manchester City. That's where you've got to remember these things. We're not going to bid this much on a player if we don't think we can afford him, or we don't think we can find someone else. Grealish is a potential superstar, and I think it was really telling this morning when stories came out about Grealish. According to Ashley Priest in the Observer, the Midlands paper, basically. That he felt jealous of watching Foden and Bellingham battle it out in a Champions League game. You know, and he probably did. I mean, that's probably very true. He was sat there watching these two young England lads play at such a high level, and he wanted that himself. And to be honest, I was watching him talk about Kevin De Bruyne last night as well, and it was so obvious how much he'd love to play with Kevin De Bruyne. To me, this is an exciting signing because I think it could change how we play a little bit. And what I mean by that is that Grealish is not your typical Manchester City signing in the sense that, you know, they're calm on the ball, they work it slowly. Grealish is a dribbler, and I'm sorry, but dribblers and people who make things happen, they are the fun part of the game. And I will always get excited by signing an attacker who beats people. I mean, it's just fun, man. It's just really, really, really fun to watch someone like Jack Grealish have the ball. Like, to me, that is exciting. It's the kind of player I want to see at my club because they make you go, fucking hell. They get you off your seat. They get you excited. There's a little bit of Sane to the way he plays. Not loads, but there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of Foden to the way he plays. And those players are the exciting ones. And that is what I want, man. That is what I want. Players like that have that ability, that get you off your edge of your seat, man. Those players that have that life. And that's why I'm excited by this potential signing. And I do honestly think it could be really, really good. I mean, for me, I think he plays in midfield. I genuinely think he plays as a number 8. I think Foden stays on the left and... oh, geez, vanity. Fuck off. And I think that basically the way we see it is we see Foden on the left, we see Kevin De Bruyne and Grealish in the midfield with Sterling on the right. I think Sterling goes back on the right, honestly. To me, that is really, really exciting. Like, really insanely exciting. It's just energy. It's skill. It's just... There's so much there that you cannot help but be excited by that kind of scenario, in my personal opinion. That is what I want to see. And it's fun stuff. Like, who's up top? I think it'll be Harry Kane still. I think it will be. No Mahrez. Well, to be honest, Mahrez will play often Jack Clark, but I think Guardiola will try and... Look, I'm not being harsh on Mahrez. I think Guardiola will just try and get the best out of Sterling again, because the best out of Sterling is 30 goals a season, pace. And look, this is, people can disagree with you want to, but the best Sterling to me is better than the best Mahrez. Sorry, but Sterling, and you might not agree with that, and fair enough. And it's there's fine margins, I agree. But the way I see it is that the Sterling of the other day of the England when he was beating people for fun. Like, for me, that's what I want. That's what I want to see. He'll also be Mahrez every now and then, but I want to see pace, man. I want to see skill. I want to see Grealish beating people. I want to see... I want to see Mahrez. I want to see Sterling beating people. I want to see Foden. I want to see pace. And I want to see Mahrez play as well, of course I do. Big love to Meta Commentary for the super chat. So hyped to join at the perfect time for the live stream. What do you make of his distribution and work rate if he's to be a number 8 potentially? There's no way Jack Grealish comes to Manchester City and doesn't work really hard. Jack Grealish got Aston Villa back up to the Premier League. Jack Grealish is a captain for Aston Villa, so he understands the commitments that you need to be a leader and work hard in a top team. Because you have to be, man. You have to work hard, and he's not going to come to Manchester City and get his a dream move and not work. He's technically excellent, mate, so I've got no worries toward meta commentary about his ability on the ball. And I do think he would work hard, and I do think he could suit the number 8 role. And you've got to bear in mind he can improve and improve as well. Look, I mean, it's not disrespectful to prefer a player to another, you know, like, at the very best. Like, don't worry about the Mahrez thing. Mahrez will play loads, and Mahrez will be fantastic. But I can't be arsed arguing over Mahrez and Sterling in this video. What I will say is I would love the idea, at the very best, of wingers, left on left, right on right, skill, pace, beating. That's a personal preference. You can tell me I'm wrong if you want to, but that is your call. That is just personally what I prefer. If Mahrez was a right-footed winger that beat people, I would prefer that too. It's not a Mahrez versus Sterling thing. It's a playing style thing, and I think that's totally fair enough. I'm not like, you can't say I'm wrong with that. It's just a personal opinion. That's what I personally want. Yeah, and so like I'm not arguing towards it. It's just the kind of player I prefer. That's it. You can't. Anyway, fuck that shit off. We're talking about Jack Grealish. I'm not arguing about that. God, the one thing I'm gonna miss is the Mahrez fanboys. I've not missed that over the summer. Anyway, this one for me is really exciting. I want to see this. Sterling is useless. Fuck you is what I will say. That's just not true. But either way, it's exciting, man. It's exciting. Like, I guess the reason I was drawn towards Foden and Sterling is more because it reminds me of Sterling and Sane, and I don't think that's unfair either. And that was my favourite play. That's my favourite way to watch Manchester City play. It just is. I enjoy it. I absolutely love it. But that to me is it's really interesting. Like, Grealish, I think will come. I mean, Percy knows his shit. The guy's really reliable. He understands the Midland sides. He's reliable apparently. And I think we're onto something here. It's getting closer and closer and closer. I cannot wait to watch Grealish link up with Kevin De Bruyne and Foden and Mahrez and Sterling and all these people. I cannot wait to watch it happen if it happens. We are not obviously, we're not super close yet, you know, in terms of it's not done yet, of course, but it is getting closer. It is getting closer. And I feel confident. I'm browsing around now. Stuart Brennan, a Manchester Evening News journalist, has also confirmed this is true. I found it really interesting, by the way. This bit here about how you know, his agent has declined to comment and Aston Villa have declined to comment. Why on earth would they do that otherwise, man? Why on earth would they do that? It's really notable for me. It's really notable. Don't forget, by the way, to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It would be absolutely huge. And also don't forget, if you don't mind, downloading OneFootball in the link in the description below. But this is the hype train has left the station, Tom. It has. What about Gundogan? Well, Gundogan will play a lot as well, but I do think, unfortunately, I think Gundogan's place is the one most at threat from Grealish's arrival. He'll still play loads. He'll absolutely, of course, still play loads, but I definitely think his spot is the one that will. I think he's gonna be looking over his shoulder. That probably isn't fair, but I'm sorry, but having the squad that we've got, life isn't fair, unfortunately. You don't sign someone like Grealish and don't give him a chance. But I think he's a Gundogan competitor. It could be that Foden doesn't get put on the lap wing anymore, you know? It could be that Grealish gets put there. But I don't think that, I can't see that personally, honestly. Oh, it's gonna be a pet roulette. Of course it will be. Of course it will be. Mazlan Pervez says we need a striker now, even if it's someone like Ings. Just have a striker who can finish chances. I believe Ings can score 25 to 30 goals. Do you know what, mate? You're not probably wrong there, actually. Just a striker who can put, you know, tap him in or whatever. I mean, I would just give Delap that job personally. But, you know, maybe I'm an idiot. Not maybe, I definitely am an idiot, you know. But I still think City will go for Kane. I think they will do. But you're right that we need someone to get on the end of those. An absolute fox in the box, a clinical finisher. But I've got confidence that we'll see that, mate. I genuinely have confidence that we'll see that. And Manchester City will go for someone. So, Massim, you're a legend. Thank you for the comment. But we'll see, man. We'll see. The lap for me would be the obvious one there on that front. But, it's all very exciting. It's all very exciting. I mean, like, I can't, if you're coming on this video just to troll Sterling, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Like, genuinely right now, people coming on this video to troll Sterling, like, how miserable is your life, you know, if that's what you're doing as a Manchester City fan? Give it a rest. I forgot how toxic it can be on here at times in the live videos. Diego Costa on free, no chance, man. He's absolutely gone. Where would I play Varane? It's going to be... Grealish is deleting tweets. Is he? Is he actually deleting tweets? I don't know if that's true or not. People can't prove it. I know there was a tweet a while back about Man United, and my friends just DM'd me that, which I find just funny. It's still there, unfortunately. Come on, you Reds. He's a United fan and features Grealish, but who gives a shit, man? Who gives a shit? Is one tweet still up there? But basically, this is all very, very, very exciting stuff, man. It's very exciting stuff. Grealish is the kind of player that you get excited about because he is. He just is. But he is. It's much more chilled on Twitch, Tom, but this is much more busier on here, which is obviously a good thing on a personal level. But I don't know, man. I like Lucas, to be honest, man, the more chances you create, the more goals you get. I don't think Man City were the created best last season for what it's worth, Lucas. I think we created less chances than we did in previous seasons. In the 17 to 19 campaign, we created shitloads of chances. Whereas last season, we weren't our most creative. And I think we obviously weren't at our best finishing either. But I do think actually more, people that can beat people are always useful. Like City were quite methodical last year. And I do think Grealish will have a benefit on this Manchester City side. I do honestly think he'll make a difference for us. So I'm feeling very, very confident about Grealish changing the way that we play. I don't think how much he's worth. Look, he's not worth. I don't know if he's worth 100 million. I don't think I really care. Once again, it's not my money, is what I say in these circumstances, and because it's literally true. I mean, what I will say is that. What I will say is that I do think Manchester City have their limit, and they're fine with it. They're fine with it, They are fine with spending what they need to. And City think he's worth that amount of money, then so be it. I do think there'll be some performance-related bonuses in there and all that kind of stuff. I think there's something to be said for that, and that's fair enough. If City weight it that way, then potentially, if we pay those up. If we pay the performance bonuses off, then it means he's been worth it. So that's fair enough. And either way, these days, look, we're in an era where Coutinho's worth 140 million and Dembele was worth 110 million or whatever, and Griezmann was worth it. So yeah, it is what it is. Bernardo, unfortunately, I do think will move on as well. I know that sounds really bad, but I do think that will actually happen. But this is all very, 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 very exciting. Guys, I've got loads to do today, but I'll watch up and do a video. I will do another video later, potentially. For now, though, thank you so much for watching. Big like and comment. Jack Grealish could be a Manchester City player. John Percy said it. Fabrizio Romano's going in. All the Manchester journalists have said it. All the in-the-knows have noticed it. It's going in. It's going to happen, in my personal opinion. It could not happen, because these things, it's... The weather can change at any moment. You never know, and he could change and he could back down, and we've seen it before. But I do personally think this will happen. I think it will. I think he wants to play for Manchester City. That's everything what everyone's suggesting, and we'll have to see. But either way, it's all very, very exciting stuff. And if it happens, enjoy it. And of course, I will be doing loads of videos on that. Just please don't happen tomorrow. I've got a lot on, Jack. I've got an awful lot on tomorrow. I'm literally, technically getting married tomorrow. So, for now, though, guys, I love you all loads. This is exciting. I'll catch you for another video in a bit. Go watch my video from last night as well. Bye-bye. And my review of yesterday. See you later, guys.